Welcome to Capsule 4, Strategies to Better Support Your Loved One. By the end of this capsule, we hope that you learn ways in which you can best support your loved one in chronic pain. We also hope that you learn communication strategies that will help you recognize the needs of your loved one while also respecting your own boundaries. So there are different ways by which you can best support your loved one who is struggling with chronic pain. We present here only a few of these, and this list is by no means exhaustive. Because we all have different needs, which present themselves at different times, we hope that the ideas presented here will help you develop your toolbox of skills and strategies that best fit the needs of your loved one. So let's get started. The first and most important way that you can support your loved one is to believe them and believe that they are in pain. In fact, it is often too common that individuals with chronic pain report feeling invalidated by medical professionals, by their employer, and by others in their surroundings who question and even challenge the existence of their pain. It is therefore important that you tell them and even show them that you believe them. And the key ingredient here, however, is that it has to be genuine and come across as such. One way to show them that you believe them is to consider them when you're making plans, for example, by adapting your plans to their physical limitations and other challenges. This will make them feel seen and will validate their current experiences and struggles. Communication is also very important. Active and effective listening is a huge part of good communication. This will help with recognizing and understanding your loved one's needs while also making them feel understood. So effective listening consists of different elements. Firstly, it is important for you to fully focus on the person you're speaking with. So to do so, you may want to avoid interrupting or redirecting the conversation to yourself. And of course, it is also very important to put aside judgment and create a safe space for them to open up. To effectively listen to the other, you may also want to repeat what you've heard to ensure you've understood what they intended. For example, if your loved one tells you to leave them alone, you may want to reformulate by saying, "I understand that you would like some personal time to recuperate. Is this right?" You may also want to take a moment to clarify if they would like you to contact them again in a few hours or so, or if they will reach out to you whenever they feel ready. It is also very important to avoid making assumptions about what they're thinking, feeling, or what they need. The best way to know what someone needs is to ask them directly. For example, if you decide to vacuum from now on because you assume your spouse can't do it, your spouse may feel useless, which might impact their self-esteem. It might actually be important for your spouse to maintain some choice. And in fact, when they really need help with is moving the furniture around while they do so. So by clarifying what your spouse needs rather than making assumptions, you're thus encouraging them to remain active and to complete tasks that are important to them and for their self-esteem, while also respecting their limits. And finally, it is important to remain aware of your nonverbal communication. So do you find yourself rolling your eyes or clenching your jaw? Because this may communicate that you're irritated or that you're upset. Do you have an open body posture? For example, are you turned towards them when they're speaking? Do you have your arms open when they're talking to you? So these are just a couple of examples. So these strategies will help you recognize and understand the needs of your loved one. However, because you also have your own needs, it is important for you to communicate with your loved one in a way that is also respectful and caring for yourself. One way to do so is by staying authentic to yourself and communicating in an assertive way. Being assertive is being able to express your feelings, thoughts, beliefs, and opinions in a manner that does not violate the right of others. In other words, it is setting your boundaries while also respecting the boundaries of your loved one. This will allow you to express your own needs and emotions and will allow you to feel heard and seen by others. For example, you may want to go on more social outings than your loved one is comfortable with. So it is worth discussing this with them and coming to a compromise together, or finding another way to have your needs met. So you might want to organize a friend's night out once a week without your loved one. So that might be a solution. Most importantly, expressing yourself directly means that resentment will not build up over time. It is also important to help your loved one appreciate the positives in their life. When one is suffering, it is easy to get caught in a spiral of negativity and see the world through a darkened lens. Pardon me. You may want to accentuate the positives in their lives by helping them appreciate the pleasant moments. You may help them recognize when they appear to be enjoying an activity or help them savor pleasurable moments. When walking outdoors, for example, you may encourage them to focus on their senses and appreciate the sensation of the wind on their face or the smell of the pine trees. Another way to help them increase their appreciation of the positives in their lives is to reminisce with them some happy moments and memories you might share together. Finally, if you believe your loved one needs more support and would benefit from professional help, you may want to work with them in making this happen when they feel ready. There is strength in numbers after all. Remember that this list is by no means exhaustive and that some of these skills and strategies might not be very useful to you and to your loved one. Asking yourself, what does my loved one need right now, will help you decide which strategy to use. As we know by now, the best way to find out what their needs is by asking them directly. But don't forget to ask yourself, what do you need? Because this is also very important. Once you know what you need, you may want to apply some self-care strategies that will be introduced in the next and last capsule.